Okay, so now we're going to talk about all of the properties of a square, a special parallelogram that is, in my opinion, the coolest, most amazing parallelogram out there. It is likened to a circle. Like all the cool things that you want to happen in a square. So if you want opposite sides congruent, square. If you want all sides congruent, square. Diagonals that are perpendicular bisectors, square. Opposite angles congruent and right angles, square. Opposite angles bisected, square. It's everything. Congruent right isosceles triangles, square. Everything that you want to have happen happens in a square. So let's list some of those. We start off with the same thing that we started off with before. All of the properties of a parallelogram happen. Then we get also all of the properties of a rectangle and all of the properties of a rhombus. And then the last super cool thing is that the diagonals actually create 4 congruent right isosceles triangle. So we end up with 1, all properties of a parallelogram. Opposite sides are congruent. Opposite angles are congruent. Opposite sides are parallel. Diagonals are bisecting each other. Then we get all the properties of a rectangle. So we get right angles and we get that the diagonals are congruent. Then we get all of the properties of a rhombus. So all 4 sides are congruent and the diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. And then we get that these diagonals end up creating 4 congruent right isosceles triangles. So we have perpendicular bisectors and then congruency because of being both a rhombus and a rectangle. So we get 4 congruent isosceles right triangles. Lots and lots of cool stuff in the square.